Gonna say right off the bat that I couldn't even tell you the age, but I was real young and I was in the comics and Superman, Batman, and things of the like. And I got into Spawn. Someone like back in grade school, or back then, they introduced me to Spawn. It was like bloody gore and everything else, and I liked that shit, man. And I got into it. And even though I was pretty young, I was still getting the comics. And I think this is around the time when, like, right before Pogs came out. And I just want to show you something real quick because I saw this shit online on Barnes & Noble. Because I was looking at some shit in the store on Barnes & Noble. And this is like $175 and it comes out July 11th. You can pre-order it. You know, but he signs it. And there's some artwork inside that he does for like each one of these books, I guess. But like cool stuff. This is like the bag that has my comics from back in the day. Because even though I collected them, I didn't collect too many. I'm not like the geek of all comics. And I've recently went to comic book stores and just like had nostalgia, like blowout, mind blown, like type shit. But like I already went through it. I opened it and I had like this stuff in here, like this Wendy's Kids Meal thing that, you know, my daughter just threw aside, and some fucking Matchbox toys, whatever. And I went through, but this is like the first thing I saw. It was a Star Wars thing. It was originally supposed to be a gift for one of my friends. Like, it was bent up a little bit. I wish I still had some of my Spawn toys like that. I think I do up in the attic somewhere. This is back in 1996. So I still have that. It's kind of beat up, but I have that. And then I started going through, and I was just like, okay, let's look through. So I went to this. So I have the DC version, and I know I have, no, this is the Image version. And I also have DC version somewhere. So, like I said, I was a Batman fan first, and then I got into Spawn. I'm just a big Spawn. I was a big Spawn fan during that time. So with the crossover, kind of made it insane. I think I might have read this once or twice because I was just so afraid to touch it. So I got Catwoman, the hardcover Defiant. This is when this first came out. I got this at a comic book convention, low key comic book convention, Killing Joke. Now this went big. So yeah, this was what, $350. I don't know what it is now. Oh, yeah. This one, Superman, Boof and the Bruise Crew, man. I got this up in Maine at an antique store. Still Batman, Superman, Wildcats. I don't even know what's going on with comic books anymore. But I'm starting to get into like shit like, you know, Walking Dead and oh my god, I just want to go back to shit, you know. I'm going back to collect old video games and stuff. So I'm gonna make this, and this is what, and here's, I'm gonna put this to the side real quick. This is the back, because I share the sides, because I didn't have, like, you know, enough plastics in the cardboard for the back to, you know, have the collection going, like, where there's one comic at a time, so I usually just fit two at a time. I'm gonna come back to that one though real quick. And shit like this is like my era, you know. And then I had, you know, some fucking Richie Rich, some bullshit, shit that's not, you know, it was already really messed up at one point in time. Oh my god, you know, not like old, just like some kind of like memorabilia for self type shit, you know. And you got even Beavis and Butthead. Iron Man back. Yeah, and these are just, you know. So you got like some more Spawn. This is the #1 from the toy. I had, oh my god, Medieval Spawn. I wish I still had Medieval Spawn somewhere. Like I don't have them no more. I had two of them. And I don't know if someone stole them, but I definitely had 2 of them. I had one in the package and one out. So yeah, this fucking Spawn, man. Look at this shit, man. These comics were like such a part of my life. And then I guess when I finally started like you know, getting around girls and stuff, you know, that kind of fell off, which usually it does. Let's see, Avengers, West Coast, Superman, yeah. Some more Spawn. I want to open these, but I'm probably gonna try and look for them online just to read them again. This one I picked up randomly. At the mall sometimes they have these just sitting out. I picked it up. I was like, it's been a while. I haven't gotten anything like comic book wise, so I was just gonna say, maybe I get back into it. So I got some Spider-Man. This guy, whoever made this guy, the Scorpion guy, was trying to like pretty much copy off a Spawn. That's pretty bad. So we got number 2. Right? Oh man. We got number 1. Don't look at the plastic. The plastic is pretty rough, and it went in. Oh god. I probably screwed it up pretty bad. And you got number 1. Some Tales from the Crypt. Then you have the medieval Spawn from the toy collection. Up. It's an amazing Spider-Man with the Hulk, Archie, and the Punisher. And I wish I never let it go, because people will be telling me, like, people I work with, oh my god, man, they'd be having like comics out the ass. And I'm just like, man, I let it go. I don't know, I'm not a kid no more. But look at the Superman. That should have been like in front of cardboard. Number 8. Number 13. Uh-oh. Yeah, Doomsday. That's about it. And then I saw this. The hologram card. Where the hell did this come from? Wizard Series 3. Number 2. Something I don't know if I ever took this out. I probably never should have if I did. Going back to this. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because on the back. So this is Spawn number 24, signed in 1994 by Todd McFarlane. I sent this in to him with money and change and everything, and I was like, can you just, do me a favor and just sign this real quick? I'm giving you whatever I have. And then this guy signs it, puts the date on it, and then sends the money back. And that's crazy. And that, from there on out, I wish I got like the Soul Calibur 2 action figures and everything that he's been doing up until now, but I just don't have the money for it. So I just kind of look at it, like, I got 2 kids, I got family and stuff. And even before that, I was like still falling out of the comic and action figure scene. But big ups to Todd McFarlane, man. Thank you so much for that. And then I saw that. I'm probably gonna end up getting this. But if it's pre-signed type stuff, I'm gonna send it to you again. Probably not with money, because it's almost $200. But if you can sign it, I'd appreciate it. Because this is way back. Let's see, 10, 20, 23 years ago. This was 23 years ago. So, big fan. Like, even now, and I look at the action figures and stuff. So, little bit of a story. When kids passed till now, I'm never getting rid of this shit. Peace.